live reading, of course. So just a general read, take it as it resonates. And how I read the cards is I will read them. I've got some clarifiers and I've kind of blended it all together just to make things a little quicker going through. And then of course I'll do the synopsis at the end. So what we're looking at for this last week for Cancer from March 2025. And again, it's just a general read. You're all in different timelines. You all don't make decisions on a Monday or a Wednesday. So just keep that, be mindful of that. So what I see here is your emotional state overall is one of being emotionally exhausted. So you're a little bit tired here, but it does feel like you're emotionally exhausted and you do need some rest. So it's time to take a step back, process your emotions. That's what I see going on here. And again, we'll go through all of this and then go back. The Page of Wands is an indicator. This could be dealing with a younger person here as well, but it's also an indicator that this is an energy of, so, showing a lot of curiosity and excitement for the things that you're involved with right now. And maybe this is possibly a new opportunity or something that you've immersed yourself in. There's a lot more excitement. You've got a lot of ideas, ruminating, but it just feels like you are still not quite sure of your next move, but you are feeling a lot more enthusiasm going forward. Now, the Knight of Swords is an energy of strong action, could also be communication that's coming in here, but there's a certain sense of eagerness or impatience about pursuing something, but you may need to slow down and just think things through because that is also, there's some cards here that also follow up with that. This is also a deeper emotional influence at play here. Now, the fact that we've got the Ace of Cups and it followed up by the Judgment card and then followed up by the Two of Pentacles. So what that tells me, and of course, this is an amazing card to get. This is blessings coming in from the universe. More on an emotional level, I would say, in respect to also could be some emotional awareness of some sort or an epiphany that's coming through here. But it's also a card that points to deep emotions, and it could be a new emotional experience that's coming in for you. So that could be related around expediting, in terms of your feelings, because there's more of a healing in terms of love. That's what I was getting at. So there's more of a fresh start in some area of your life. I suspect that it could be more around, self-reflection as well, because there is a strong sense of an awakening, a more emotional awakening here, where there's more of a strong sense of purpose. I do feel like this is a period of reevaluation as well, where you're making some choices. Definitely does feel around both the emotions as well as around the finances and your responsibilities. So again, you're reevaluating the choices. There's a strong sense of purpose, and there is definitely the Two of Pentacles indicating that you're kind of juggling both the responsibilities as well as the emotions, and that might be why you're feeling so overwhelmed at this period. You're trying to find some balance in life here, but either way, it does land on the Lovers. So this could also indicate that there is an important choice. Oh, hi, I love cats. It's actually a tarot reading for Cancer. So I'll try to do some other ones kind of random. It's just what I do when I'm kind of on racing around. So anyway, I just felt compelled to do it for Cancer for today. So this is last week of 22nd on to the end of March 2025. So again, the Lovers card coming out here does feel like there's an important choice or an emotional connection or something that you might be considering in regards to a relationship. Again, partnership or a major life decision that involves your emotions or a connection. Now, we did have that followed up by the Ace of Wands, so very strongly correlates to some kind of, passionate or motivation towards a new beginning of some sort. And again, you could be feeling much more inspired to start something new. You're feeling a lot more hopeful either way, even though there's a period of exhaustion here that you're having to sort of recuperate from in this next week. But it does feel like you're inspired to start something new. And again, possibly making a significant decision. So overall, it does feel like you are in a phase of deep thought, transformation, and again, feeling both a little bit contemplative with both the Four of Swords and the Judgment, but you're excited about the possibilities going forward this week. So I feel like, again, you're kind of struggling somewhat. Hi, Matteo. You're still struggling somewhat with the decision about balancing out the different aspects of your life, but I do feel like things are going in a really positive direction. So again, a little bit of rest, relaxation this week, but you're definitely contemplating quite a bit, and you'll be making some decisions going forward. Now, the fact that we have the high priestess coming in here does suggest that this requires your intuition. So also having some patience, trusting your inner wisdom, things along that line. So again, you might be feeling like some things are still hidden from you, but they will unfold behind the scenes as you're made aware, as you meet the markers of the things that you're trying to go toward. The death card represents a transformation. So there's some kind of ending or a new beginning, ending of the old way that you were doing things or the way that you were thinking about things. And there's a new beginning. There's a lot more positive information. There's a definite shift going forward in your life here. A lot of powerful cards, a lot of major arcana. Um, so to me, this is indicating there's a shift that's taking place, and it will involve your habits, it will involve your relationships, and it will be a change in your perspective. There's also something here that kind of clarifies things more with that Queen of Swords. So this is telling me that you do have a clear, or there will be more clear thinking. There will be more, of a clearer objective going forward. You might be communicating better here as well, but the way that you are communicating seems to be more direct, and it does seem to require some, logical, deep reflection for you sort of communicate as well. But it does feel like you are not speaking overtly with your emotions, but you are contemplating a lot on that deeper level of things. But you're definitely more inspired. Definitely strong energy shifts going on here, not only with the King of Wands, but we also have that big decision card with the Two of Swords. And again, the earlier cards with the emotional shifts and all of that. So this brings leadership. You could be dealing with somebody who is Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, but definitely somebody who's a very inspiring, charismatic kind of a leader. So if this is you moving into that space, or you're just surrounded by somebody who's like that, it definitely, either way, does indicate you'll be taking more bold action going forward. So there's a lot more confidence that I feel like you're stepping forward in. You might be inspiring others, but either way, it's a take charge energy. Now, it does indicate, though, because it is followed up by the Two of Swords, that's sometimes where there's a bit of a stagnancy or feeling stuck. So it's like you have two options here. It is a difficult decision that you're having to make, but nonetheless, it's about avoiding. Because the high priestess is here, you may be avoiding making that choice. So it's almost like you're about to make the choice, but you have to kind of listen to your instincts on this, and before you kind of move it forward. But the fact that we're dealing with the Three of Pentacles, that is a corroboration. That is a collaborative effort. This highlights the teamwork, collaboration, all of that. And again, this is where you're working with others. So it does feel like working with others is helping to guide you or to move you into a situation where people can help you, sort of figure out how you're going to be able to implement some of your plans. Now, the Hermit is also an introspective card, so I feel like you are still in that contemplative space. This is where you're definitely, you're still pretty laid back, as far as, well, I shouldn't say laid back, but you're definitely in a space where you are very pulled back, very solitude. Hermit is definitely, where you may be around a lot of other people in a work situation, but you're still in that space of trying to figure out what's going on, internally. So I feel like you still need that alone time and able to work through things. So you're looking for your own inner wisdom here. This is, again, emotional depths and intuition that you're having to rely heavily upon. But again, it's still tuning into your emotions. And again, this is that feeling nurtured energy and offering support. So whether this is you or someone else is offering support, you could be just offering support to yourself at this time and really starting to you do you kind of thing. But overall, it does look like this week is a blend of insight and transformation and decisions. And again, it feels like you might start with that introspective with the Four of Swords, and then change starts to evolve again with that High Priestess and the Death card. But again, you're facing a key decision or a leadership movement to kind of move things forward in a collaborative learning way. So what I'm saying there is, by the weekend, you'll likely be in a more reflective, emotionally balanced place. That's the Hermit, Queen of Cups. But either way, it's a powerful week. So trust your intuition, embrace those changes. But the last cards out that I pulled here were more along the lines of, what might your decision be that you're coming into, regarding that Two of Swords, and of course the Three of Cups here. And then we also have that followed up by the Knight of Pentacles, and then we have the Six of Swords. definitely transitioning away from some of the older energy. 10 of Pentacles, 2 of Wands. I'll go through the last card there in a second, but I just want to go take it back here a bit. So again, that does still indicate with the 2 of Swords that, you are still facing a decision, but I feel like you're a little hesitant to make it. But it does involve friendship, social connection, celebration. And again, it could be a different social circle altogether as well because of all these significant changes. But it feels like you want to reconnect in socializing. You want to, rejoin more events or do more activities involving other people. Now again, the Knight of Pentacles, and again, this could still be a work situation that's actually where you're gaining these connections. But it seems like you're really weighing out your practical side and your long-term choices. So it does suggest that you're being patient and you're being responsible. You're not rushing into something, and you're trying to make stable decisions. So you're really trying to move your life ahead in a way that has some real solid grounding. Now, the Six of Swords is moving away from something challenging to a more calmer situation. So, leaving behind the stress, the conflict, or the old mindset, all of that. Now, we are moving into the 10 of Pentacles. And of course, this is where you have a lot of stability. This is a lot of family support. This is a lot of people that might, or there may be people that you consider family. Doesn't have to be direct lineage, but again, this is still where I feel your choice about securing a better future for yourself is also oriented around your family and your emotionally stable relationships and connections and relationships all as a whole, like friendships and romantic relationships, all of that, family relationships are all a part of that. So again, it's long-term success is what you're looking for, and it does feel like stability is what you're trying to generate for yourself. That's what your choices are that you're making. That's what this seems to be about. So again, in summary, because we have the 2 of Wands, this is a card of going forward at the precipice of something. But it feels like you're making a decision this week about your social life, your commitments, your long-term security. And again, you might be a little bit torn about staying in a familiar situation. 3 of Cups, but making a steady, practical choice with the Knight of Pentacles. So there's nothing rash or irrational or jumping around here. This is a choice that's growth, stability, and taking wise moves, and as well, of course, following your intuition. But overall, I feel like you're weighing your short-term enjoyment, versus the long-term security in lieu of the long-term security. So, you'll choose the path that offers the most growth and stability here, is what I see. And it definitely feels like, with again that 2 of Wands, that you're about to make those plans and decisions for the future. It is time for you to set the intentions and think ahead here. This is the advice. So basically, embracing the new opportunities, taking calculated risks. Nothing is a bounce, you're not bouncing into anything without any forethought. Again, depleting a new direction, and you're making that decision to move into this new chapter. Now, the star does represent hope and faith and healing and inspiration, as well as being staying optimistic. So lots going on there that's about to unfold once you make this decision. But again, you're doing things from an inner sense of purpose. So I feel like the choices that you make are really well thought out, and the universe is supporting you during this whole week. You have a lot of focus on your inner self, a lot of focus on your healing and on your spiritual growth. And again, even with that King of Pentacles that we had earlier, you are definitely focused on your stability, your success, and financial security. Very important to you. So you're basically approaching your decisions or your actions with a practical mindset. And again, it's all about your finances, your career, your personal goals, and making choices that lead to solid foundations and growth over the long haul. So again, you're managing and building your resources wisely, and I feel like you're taking those proactive steps. Again, we are looking at the King of Pentacles here. So this is, taking the steps toward your future where you can trust the process, because the star is out here as well. But again, this is a long-term card and commitment. And again, there's investment There's ambition, there's stability, there's growth. Big potential here with a lot of these cards. And again, you're aligning with a long-term vision. So that's what I see here that's coming in for you, Cancer, from this for this last week. Really great, amazing energy. Like I said, you have some bigger players out here for Major Arcana. The healing card is one of the predominant ones. Definitely things around your stability and your support. You are transitioning away from sort of the old mindset and really developing more practical habits this week. Really focusing on your inner self as well. It could be around a work situation here as well that's helping you to bring about some of these changes. But again, a lot of cards of big inner changes going on with you, but definitely very inspired. And for those of you that are involved in a relationship, I would say that there is sort of a re-inspiration of, or a motivation to begin again, if that speaks to you. But again, there's still some energy around there about making a decision on that yet. So again, there's blessings coming in from the universe rather quickly for you, but I do feel like you need the rest and the time away. So that's what I have for you, Cancer, for March 22nd on to the end of March. Keep moving forward, and that is until the next read.